Peace, beautiful people. So I am in my bathroom and we're going to do double duty today. I am going to keep working on my hair and do today's free game Friday. So I'm going to start off with a story of when I was little. We had 2 cars and my mom had like this little Honda hatchback situation, and one day she came and picked me up and it was the same color car and it was a Honda, but it looked different. So what it ended up being was that my dad bought her a sedan instead of keeping the hatchback. And in my 5-year-old mind, I felt like the car had gotten pregnant. Yes, I thought that my mom's Honda got pregnant and was expecting. So we went from having a 2-door vehicle to having a 4-door. And I just thought that was the most amazing thing ever. And again, in my childhood mind, that meant that we had a pregnant car. But anyway, I shared that part of the story to say that we kept that car for a while. So we got it when I was like 5 and we still had it when I was about 9. And my dad started teaching me how to drive when I was like 9 years old. Now, I think we've all probably done this before, where even when I was younger than that, my grandfather would be out on his family's land on the tractor. And of course, I got to sit in his lap, and you're steering, you know, they're actually steering, but you're in their lap and you think you're big stuff because you're driving the tractor, or even in a car back in the day. It's frowned upon to do that now. But back in the day, you could sit in a family member's lap and drive when they were actually driving. So, like I said, my dad was showing me the basics of driving when I was about 9. And what he did was, the car was a manual. So he was in the driver's seat and he taught me, you know, how you go into 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and over to 5th. And so he told me about timing and, you know, all of that stuff, and how you have to time it with the clutch in order to keep moving through the gears, and that if you don't do it right, you can flood your clutch, and that's a problem. So he showed me how to do it, and then he went all the way back down to 1st and had me to work through the gears. And so he was like, you can hear when it's ready to shift gears just listen to the car. So we're going and I hear it and I shift to 2nd. Good. Shift to 3rd. Good. Shift to 4th. It was a little tricky, but I got it. But then, because we were on an open stretch of highway, when it was time to get over to 5th, I accidentally went to 3rd because I didn't go far enough over. So you have to come, if you're in 4th, you got to come up and then over. You can't just go back up. So clearly we downshifted because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And I mean, he didn't fuss at me or anything like that, but he explained to me what I just said to y'all. If you're going to accelerate, you've got to move into the correct gear. And so that was, you know, fun because he was driving, but I was kind of driving too, you know. And that's where I kind of got this idea from on yesterday of, you know, we've all probably said, or at least heard the phrase said, Jesus, take the wheel. And I was thinking about when I was in high school, like I said, with me having the background and my dad starting to show me how to drive when I was 9, by the time I got to my teenage years, I already knew how to drive. So I didn't take driver's ed, but that was an option at our high school. And in driver's ed vehicles, and I went and researched this a little bit more, I know at our school, they have a brake on the passenger side. And even some, look at that curl. Isn't that amazing? I'm so proud of my little curls. But anyway, some driver's ed vehicles even have 2 steering wheels. So you can be in the driver's seat learning how to drive, but there is a whole nother steering wheel and everything on the passenger side. And of course, that's for safety reasons as you're learning how to drive. But it brought me to this thought of, yes, we will say, Jesus, take the wheel. But then we do stuff that is completely contrary and opposite of letting Jesus have the wheel. So you will say, Lord, I can't do it. Please help me. I don't know what's going on. And have a whole talk with him about it and say you're going to leave it alone. And then the very next day, do something that he didn't tell you to do, something that you had already planned on doing, or whatever. But then you confused when things don't work out the way that you thought that they would or thought that they should. And it's because you might, some of us will even do the pomp and circumstance of getting out of the driver's seat and get on the passenger side and be like, okay, Jesus, you can really take the wheel. I'm serious. You can do it. I'm gonna let you do it. But you still got that brake over on the passenger side. And when the Lord is hitting the gas on something, here you with the brake. Wait, nope, wait, no, I didn't. And I just thought that was so funny that we do that. You will, I will, and I've done it before and I'll probably do it again. We say, you know, he's in control, he's got it, I trust him, this, that, and the other, and then that good rubber meets the road, and nah, we want to drive. We want to drive, but when something goes wrong, then you got all these questions and you crying and what happened and I don't understand. You didn't really give him the wheel. So you do have people that get, you know, out of the way, but still have their foot on the brake or on the gas. Then you have people that have so much desire and need to control everything that they won't even get out of the driver's seat. You inviting Jesus to sit in your lap. You are inviting God, the creator of heaven and earth, to sit in your mortal, finite lap. Yeah, we can do this for ceremonial purposes. You can sit in my lap, Jesus, and you can take the wheel. But I'm still driving. You just sit here and look cute. That is crazy to me. But again, all of us do that. Hey, Sean. All of us do that. And it's human. But you gotta see the irony in that. That you're like, Jesus, take the wheel. And you have not given him the wheel at all. Not at all. Like, it sounds good. and cute, but that's not what you're actually doing. And honestly, you can tear up your car that way, you know? There only needs to be one driver. One. But humanity. Fun times. So, today's free game is, if you're going to say that you are letting the Lord, Creator, your source, have their way, like lead and guide you, do that. Make sure that your actions are congruent with what you are saying. Don't ask him to take the wheel if you're not really serious about letting him drive. Don't waste your time. Because until you get into a space of submission and understanding that while you may know a lot, you don't know it all, it can be very, very difficult to get what it is that you're saying that you desire, because you aren't being consistent. You're not being who you could be, who you should be, in order to receive what it is that you're looking for. So, if you're like me and you have, ceremonially asked Jesus to take the wheel and not been serious about that, I invite you to take some time and work that thing out and actually give him the wheel. Give him the car. How about that? Give him the car and see where that leads you. Because I can say from personal experience, when I get over myself and I actually have surrendered and given him the wheel, like gotten out of the driver's seat onto the passenger side and stayed my tail over there and not put my foot on the brake or the gas, I have gone a lot further, faster, in unexplainable ways than I ever could have done on my own. So, if you found this useful, feel free to share. Would love to hear your thoughts on today's Free Game Friday. And like I said, I'm tussling with this hair, but I wanted to get this Free Game Friday out in a timely manner. So y'all got double duty today. You got to see me with this natural hair, detangling and deep conditioning, in time for my birthday, because I didn't want to be looking raggedy. Did not want to be looking raggedy going into this new year of life. So I'm about to wrap this up, but can y'all just see why it took me so long to commit to wash my hair today? And what shrinkage is. Like, shrinkage is beyond real. Like, would you have guessed that it's all it is? And then it's gonna go but it's all good. It's all good. So you all have an amazing rest of your day. And I will check in with you beautiful people later. This is Candace from Planted Vibes. And I'll talk to you next time. Peace.